Wow. So today is Monday 16th, I think. It's the 16th. Yes, it's the 16th. And it's almost 2:30, so I have about half an hour to 45 minutes till I have to head to work. But I did get a good bit of things done productively this morning. So I did take care of the rest of the Christmas gifts. So technically speaking, I'm ready for Christmas other than the family stuff, simply because no one has made a clear decision there. But personal wise, other than whatever my family chooses to do, everything else there is done. Because I went ahead and wrapped the two gifts that I have for Ed, one being the Aladdin movie and the other one being the last set of the chopstick lightsabers that I got. Since I got a 4-pack and I only needed 3 for work people. And then I also wrapped up the other chopsticks, or as they're called, chop sabers, for the people at work, and put those into gift bags. And I had to kind of rearrange some of the candy a little bit to make sure they were fitting, because I had to get other bags that were taller than the ones I originally used. And yeah, so work stuff is all ready, because also my Secret Santa gift for work came in today as well. So I went ahead and put that aside with all the other gift bags. And then a couple other packages have come in as well. I got another gift for me, actually from Ed's mother. So right now I think I have 3 under the tree, between the one from Edward and Shirley, one from Ed's grandmother, and one from his mother. And then there's the 2 gifts for Ed under the tree from me. There's one from Edward and Shirley for Ed, I believe, under the tree. And then I think one of the other packages that came in today at the same time as the one from me from his mother is up there, and I think that's probably going to be another gift from him, also from his mom. So yeah. So yeah, there's all that. And then I did a bunch of listening to audiobook today as well, since we're now on chapter 3 of the Magical Readathon. And it took a lot of yesterday to get everything done, because there was a little bit of an issue trying to figure out what books to choose this week. One being the fact that I had to like stop looking through the books for the second or third prompt, which was a book with a dedication at the front, because almost every single book I have, at least out of the ones that I haven't read yet, have a dedication. So at one point I had to just be like, okay, we're not checking any more books, because I have plenty to choose from. And then on the flip side of things, one of the other prompts was to find a book with a snake on the cover, and apparently I do not have that. Other than probably Chamber of Secrets or Deathly Hallows. I haven't actually physically checked, because I have my own schedule for Harry Potter books, and I just finished reading Deathly Hallows literally like last month, so maybe the month before. So I didn't want to automatically turn around and just like read it all over again when I already have my schedule in place. And the only other book with a snake is Neverending Story from Ed's shelf. That's right, I don't have any other books on my shelf. None, zilch, outside of Harry Potter with a snake on them. So it took me forever. And I went through every single shelf looking. So yeah. So the first book that I'm starting off with for this week is the unofficial Ultimate Harry Potter Spellbook, which I actually got a copy of it for Aeon for her birthday this year, along with her coding wand. But I actually was super excited by the book so much that I got a copy for myself, because it goes over like spells that are mentioned in the movies, in the books, in the games, and just very thorough. So that's the thing. So I finished chapter 1 yesterday, and then more or less went to bed after that because it took all day to do everything else because I also had to do groceries, take a shower, and do all this other stuff for the day to get ready for the weekend. And then between going to sleep last night and then getting ready today, between straightening my hair and doing my makeup and everything and doing the gift bags, at least part of it, because most of it I just watched Hulu. Okay. I started listening to the audiobook for Just Like Heaven. So, no. Spilling things everywhere. So, here we have book. Okay. I can't tell if it is still awake or not, but I'm assuming yes because he did message me something as I was leaving work after I'd already started driving off, so I haven't checked it yet. But a quick update for the day. One, can I just say this freaking lipstick is still here and still freaking solid after an entire day at work and after having eaten dinner, and I did not have a napkin, so didn't even have a chance to do any touch-ups because I didn't need to anyway, and it's just what? And also very little if any transfer honestly either. I mean, definitely a bit when I was for the first hour or two, whatever, but I mean, it needed time to set to try, but for real, this never happens. When I get, when I'm finished with my lunch break / dinner break, usually at work, this is almost entirely gone, or it's just spotty all over the place and it's just smeared everywhere, and just stuff like that. Or I'll just have random spots of it, and that's it. Most of it is gone. So this is a miracle and a half. Honestly. But yeah, that's the thing. This is now one of my new favorites. On second thing, I got almost the entire way through with the Ultimate Spellbook. I have gotten to page 153, so that means I have all of about 6 pages left. And I really tried to squeeze them in that last few minutes of my work shift because we did have a strange long lull. And then, of course, with 5 minutes till, which would have been just the amount of time I needed to finish it, 2 requests came in. I'm just really? You had to? But fine. Well then. And then I've also got a great bit of progress into Just Like Heaven as well, and I'm, remembering just how far it differs from the movie, for one. I remembered it did, but I didn't realize / remember it was this much last time I read through it. And also, I'm assuming that the audiobook I'm listening to isn't the same translation from the original French as my book copy, because there is a decent amount that I can't find my place listening along to it because they're saying something different. Kind of like how you may see on subtitles sometimes while watching TV and movies. Sometimes you're but that's not what they said, so why did you put that instead? Kind of like that, where it's saying the same thing, but they'll paraphrase or something. So that kind of sucks a little bit, but overall it's the same. Anyway, so there's that. So I should be done with one or if not both of those by tomorrow. I'm gonna try to stretch out Just Like Heaven, but honestly, it's so short to start with, it's not gonna last. Especially since I listen to the books, audiobooks, when I go to sleep every night. And anytime I'm between books right now, I'm just listening to If I Stay because I've already listened to it. I've already read it and I've already watched it. And so it's also been recent enough that I remember it. So it's okay if I miss pieces. I don't have to keep track of where I am, because I know the story enough to listen to whatever part I pick up after wherever I fell asleep and just be okay, we're here, cool, alright. And then there was something else, and I can't remember what it was. there was something, but maybe it was just the book thing, and I've already covered that. I don't know. So yeah, I think that's about it for today. Just cut it off. As soon as she says that's it, just cut it. And that's what my phone did. I probably need to empty this thing again. And I know for real though, I need to go inside. So yeah, later. Behind this morning, so I'm gonna make this super fast, but well, I should say this afternoon because it is almost 3:40 now and it's time to go inside pretty quickly. But I have managed to do a good bit more reading today. I finished through the last few pages of the Harry Potter spellbook before I went to bed last night. Listened to a bit more of Just Like Heaven last night, and when I took a brief nap today because I could not stay awake, despite the fact that I just like binged through the whole of I Work at a Public Library so fast this morning, like over the span of about an hour, though I took them a nap like right in the middle of that because it was just a super short read. But oh my god, I loved it. Like, just like the stories in there were great, and like I feel like I related to it so much, even though I've never worked with books directly. Like the customer service, the struggles be real. So yeah, I finished through all of that. So now I am on page 185 of Just Like Heaven after getting here to work. People are coming out like crazy. And then I'm about to start reading The Never-Ending Story today when I go in for my shift in a few minutes. And that one's probably going to take a minute to get through because it's 445 pages. But it is a mass market paperback, so, you know, it may not be as long as I think it is. I don't know. It depends on how small the texts are and how well I take it to the book version versus the movie. Anyway, it is now time to go inside and catch up later. I'm now taking a break after the 2-day back-to-back use of the half-caked and going back to my glitter flip, and there's the manager walking past. Oh, great. Anyway, it is Wednesday today. Like, I need to keep my days straight right now. Anyway, so yeah, today is Wednesday. It is the 18th of December, and tomorrow is going to be our lovely work luncheon, which means tomorrow I get to come to work and start at 1 o'clock and then leave at 6:30 for the entire day, because we're gonna go to Texas Roadhouse and do our extra long break there, since we won second place in the canned food drive for some extra time. So, yeah. I also have been reading more of The Never-Ending Story, and thankfully last night I was able to get a hold of a copy of the audiobook. At first I didn't, because everywhere was like $15 to $20 to get it. And I'm like, that's a little too much for me. But Audible let me like temporarily restore my membership and get it for like $6.95, and then I canceled their subscription again. You know? Yeah. Hacks. So I listened to some of the audiobook last night when I went to sleep, and then I've been listening to it for the last like 45 minutes or so today as well. I left a bit early from the house because they're pressure washing and painting the stairwells in our apartment today, and they've been already, like, I woke up at like 9, well, closer to like 10, with them already pressure washing our floor, like our door and the one across from ours. And then they finished that by like 10:30, 10:45, and then within the next hour after that, I saw them painting the building across from ours, since I saw all the ladders there, and they were still working on that building at like 2:30ish. So I was like, they look like they should be done pretty soon, and I don't want to get trapped because they said not to open your doors while they're working on it. So I just went ahead and left for the day and headed on out and just kind of took my time anyway. So that's what I've been doing, is listening to the audiobook. So yeah, there's that. And now it's almost 3:40, so it is pretty much time for me to go ahead and head on inside for the day. Hopefully it'll be chill today. We'll see. Yeah. Actually, let me do a proper progress report here. I'm on page 135, and that should be chapter 8 still. I got to fall asleep to Artax dying. That was great. Not really. I was not looking forward to that, but at the same time, like, I'm glad it's already done with, so that we're not continuing to, like, be anxious over it for much longer. One of the reasons I have put off a rewatch so long. For real, though. Sorry, there's another car passing in front of me. Anyway, it's seriously time to go inside and everything. Oh, right. Last thing, I swear, I also spent the morning emptying my phone for the first time since like November 19th, and oh my god, there was so much. A lot of videos, a lot of pictures, let me tell you, because it had that whole day of where I was like recording myself through the day on the 22nd, like for that whole like what to do because I'm blind thing. I don't really know. Anyway, there's that, and then like all of the stuff that I've been saving off, like screenshots and whatnot for this readathon, and all of the daily updates I've been doing for this readathon. So it was very much needed. Like probably about, I would say probably a good 8-ish gigs cleared. Yeah. For real now. Leaving. Bye. So it is Thursday morning, and I am almost ready to go off to work. I have about a little under an hour till I have to leave. but I think I might be leaving a little bit early again today, just because they're doing more stuff outside. They were pressure washing and painting yesterday, and they seem to be doing more of that today. Like, it looked like they were pressure washing the building across the street from us again, and they were the ones that they did before us, so I'm kind of like, are they coming back through or what? Because they did paint our building sometime between when I left yesterday and when I got home, or so, maybe before Ed got home, because he messaged me saying how we had a freshly painted front door, and that was interesting to try and make sure that I wasn't sure if it was still wet when I got home at midnight, but like, still turn off that alarm. I didn't want to take any chances with like my just ton of stuff, so I just kind of like spit through the door after I like threw it open. Anyway, so yeah, now I'm getting all my stuff together, so I'm ready to go when it's time to go. Okay. I was gonna try and go for it if I leave it alone too long, but shouldn't be a problem because I'm pretty much just going back and forth like that. And it's supposed to be like 40-ish to maybe 50 degrees all of the day, so I'm gonna bring the winter coat again. But thankfully today is going to be a short day because we have our work luncheon today. So I'm going to be at work from 1 to 6:30 instead of 4 to 12 like usual. And then at 6:30 we're going to just ditch work for the day and go over to Texas Roadhouse as a team and go have dinner. And I don't think I actually showed what I did for like the Secret Santa and just the general like gift bags I got for my team. So this is the Secret Santa gift. I haven't actually opened it to like take a look at it or anything because I don't want to mess with what's going on here with the ribbon and tissue paper because I cannot recreate that. But this is for Crystal on my team, and she's actually super creative. Like, she's always like crocheting stuff, and she was actually selling some of the stuff she's made, including some sugar scrubs, at a craft fair thing that they did at work recently, though of course I unfortunately missed it because I forgot. So yeah, and she also really likes like Harry Potter and Nightmare Before Christmas and things like that. So I got her a Funko Pop of Jack Skellington and Zero. So that's what's in there. And then, sorry, I'm fixing my shoe at the same time. I also did the smaller gift bags for everybody as well. So I put like a variety of candy in there, between a few different bags that I got at Kroger. One is like mini Reese's cups, one had a mix of Twix, Milky Way, Three Musketeers, and then one was a mix of Hershey miniatures, like actual Hershey bar, Crackle, Mr. Goodyear, things like that. I may have said that last one. I don't know what it's called because I don't really usually eat that one. And then there was another thing and I forgot it. Right, Candy Cane Hershey Kisses are also in there, and I think that's it at this point. But there's a decent number of people to cover, so I think I have like 15 bags in here. The majority of them, there's like 12 that are like this, say Merry Christmas, and there's all the candy inside. I put little confetti shreds, and then there's like 10 of them that have the earrings that I made. in these little Ziploc baggies that I've rolled up. And then we have 3 of these taller bags like this. Same candy inside, but instead of the earrings, I have the chopstick lightsabers. Because while the majority of the people on my team are women, there are a few guys. So I didn't want anybody feeling strange with, yeah, let me give you all earrings. So yeah. But based on conversations with a few, they've been talking about how excited they are for the new Star Wars that comes out, I think midnight tonight, as a matter of fact. They should go over well, hopefully. And then there was one left over that I, of course, wrapped up for Ed as well. So that's basically what's going on. And as per usual, Luna's here. Hi, Luna. Thank you. See, stick that back in there. And yeah, I keep hearing sounds like that all day. So it makes me wonder if they're doing more work already on our building, which is why also I'm kind of like, should I just go ahead and leave, or so I don't get trapped? Like, honestly, that is not normal sounds. That it sounds like the mailboxes downstairs, so I don't know if they are doing more work or what's going on, or if it's just super windy outside, because that also is how I usually hear that sound, is if the mail people are actually putting mail into it, like unlocking it and opening the whole thing up, or if it's just super windy outside and the keys on the package lockers just keep slamming on, slamming into the side of the lockers themselves. So, yeah. Other things, it sounds like potentially Ed and Shirley are actually coming after all for Christmas. I am waiting to get official confirmation on this, but they were originally coming for Christmas, and then around Thanksgiving-ish, when we found out I may have to work, among other things, they said maybe they'll wait till February, and then after I got most of the week off after all, then they were saying they might come after all for Christmas, but never actually gave us a for sure, or at least not me. Last I heard from Ed when I checked in with him like 2 days ago. And then today I saw a post from Shirley saying how like she's super excited to be packed and leaving tomorrow. So I'm like, does that mean they're coming after all? I don't know. I sent her a message to confirm, but haven't heard anything, so I may have to message Ed as well, because he might take a little bit less time to get back to me and be like, yeah, because I haven't really had a chance to check in with him again yet. One, because I checked with him just the day before, and two, because he's usually been like half asleep when I get home, and yesterday he was not, but he was at his computer the whole like evening, though he still didn't stay up that long. So yeah, I'm gonna finish getting things ready. I think I'm actually gonna probably go ahead and go after that, because it's like almost 11:20, so it's not like terribly early, but you know, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here, finish getting ready, and hopefully get some reading time in before my shift starts at 1. It is about 10 till 12, and I'm only just now leaving the house because I tried to clean up at least a little bit, just on the off chance that things were, you know, going in the direction of expecting potential company this weekend, but alas, that is not the case. apparently they are going elsewhere for the weekend and not up here. So I'm still not 100% sure if that means they're just not coming for Christmas at all, or if that's still pending at this point. I have no idea. But I at least got a little bit of cleaning that needed to be done regardless, so whatever. But now I'm freaking sweaty as crap. Probably partially because I put this scarf on right before I started cleaning, thinking I'll just do a couple things here and there. No. But I did break down like all of the boxes that we've had piling up from Amazon deliveries and the whatnot. So I didn't bring it out because they are in fact working on the paint and whatnot outside. So I just left it there. We'll take it of that further, but at least they're broken down so it's not quite as obnoxious, taking up as much space as before. And yeah, so I'm gonna head on to work and enjoy this short day.
So I get this brownie, right? No,